Here at the EM Hawaii office, it's our EM Educational Center. The demand for EM has grown in the islands. We found it very important that everyone has access to the latest EM information. Here at the office, we have many books on EM, both in English as well as Japanese. We also have many videos that people can come in, take their time and watch, and learn more about this technology. Here at the office, we also have many posters on display and many projects that we have done here in the islands, and we also have projects that are done throughout the world. One example of the successful use of EM technology is the Hilton Hawaiian Village, which is noted for its museums, artwork, shops, and exotic wildlife. As a popular international conference center, this luxurious 5-star resort is world famous. Located on the shores of Waikiki Beach and overlooking beautiful Diamond Head, the resort hotel hosts vacationers and others who wish to relax and enjoy the beauty of the Hawaiian Islands. Wendy Higashino is one of the wildlife coordinators who supports the use of EM technology.
My name is Wendy Higashino. I'm the wildlife assistant at the Hilton Hawaiian Village. The Hilton Hawaiian Village has many different species of birds. We have parrots and flamingos, we have ducks and swans, and we have a few wild birds that come in to our property too, because it's such a nice place to be. As a wildlife assistant, I will feed and clean and tend to all of these animals, their exhibits, which is very important. We need the exhibits to look, to smell, and just appear very clean. Okay. At the Hilton Hawaiian Village, our wildlife department uses EM in odor control, in helping to have grass grow in different parts, in different exhibits, lawns. Most effectively, we have had them spraying EM into our penguin exhibits to help in the odor control. Penguins, as you know, eat fish, so therefore there's a very distinct odor. And the EM has helped cut complaints by at least half. Many people are very sensitive to that types of smell. They come to a hotel, don't expect to have animal smells or so-called zoo smells. So that really helps us. We spray it twice a day at least, and it has helped us a lot. We have a lesser flamingo exhibit, which is a very popular exhibit. People use it a lot to have their pictures taken. But so that has been a problem, having the grass grow there and having it look pretty for the guests. So we had tried EM once a week. We finally found a dilution that works for us, and the grass is just growing wonderfully. They had to cut the grass last week, actually, never had to do that before. It has also helped us in odor control there. We have a tour desk that sits right next to this exhibit, and periodically, depending on the weather, they would complain about smells. And since my EM, no complaints. In our flamingo exhibit, we definitely feel that the effective microorganisms have done a wonderful job in creating a more lush environment. The grass is much thicker, much greener, and we have found that it's become a much more beautiful photography spot for our guests who come there many times a day to take their pictures. We have a number of macaws that we display on open perches, and by open perches, that means they're on open branches, they have no cage around them, so everything they eat and whatever fecal matter falls straight to the ground. And there, if it's not cleaned up properly, we have problems with mold, fungus, which can be very detrimental to a parrot's health. So we have started spraying EM along the bottom of that perch, and we have had much less smell, We have had no mold growing, and it's just a much healthier environment for all of our parrots. In our penguin exhibit, we have 8 African black-footed penguins. They are very happy here, as you can see, and they are a subtropical penguin. Many people don't associate penguins with warm weather, but actually, of the 17 species of penguins, the majority of them are warm weather penguins, and so they do very well here in Hawaii. In our penguin exhibit, we use effective microorganisms to help us control odor and to some degree even the staining of the bottom of the exhibit. So we do a hosing with regular water 2 to 3 times a day. After each hosing, we will spray EM all over the exhibit and the walls, and it does help us with the algae growth, with the smell. The effective microorganisms is a very safe product. We feel very good about using it for all of our animals. We have even tried it with penguins in their food source, which is fish. So we will soak the fish in a mixture of water and EM and actually feed it to the penguins to try also and curb these odors from the inside out. Previous to using effective microorganisms, we used another microbial compound that was not nearly as effective and also cost us a whole lot more. We weren't very pleased with the results. We didn't have a reduction in guest complaints about smells or any improvement in our exhibit design. So we got word from my husband, who works at the Honolulu Zoo, that they were trying a product called effective microorganisms, a compound which for them effectively reduced the problems in a very problematic exhibit, which was their hippo exhibit. The smells, the algae growth were all reduced very effectively, and it made for a much more pleasant environment.
As a major world visitor center, we will continue to educate local residents and visitors alike to the use of effective microorganisms and EM technology.